So we have reached to the part 2 of the biography of Virginia Woolf. Please do watch the first part as well. First part contains the introduction part and 3 of the most important novels. Please do not forget to share and subscribe the channel. Let me give you a brief now. In first part, we covered Mrs. Dalloway, which was published in 1925, To the Lighthouse 1927, Orlando 1928. And this video is going to cover A Room of One's Own 1929, The Waves 1931, and Between the Acts 1941. तो बात करते हैं सबसे पहले अ रूम ऑफ वंस ओन। पहले टाइटल देखते हैं। रूम का मतलब क्या होता है? एक तो जनरल मतलब होता है रूम का, इट्स अ रूम, 4 वॉल्स, 1 रूफ, 1 फ्लोर। और एक और मतलब हो सकता है रूम का मतलब हो सकता है एक स्पेस किसी के लिए भी। सो यही मतलब है एक्चुअली जो टाइटल में लिखा हुआ है कि एवरी फीमेल एक्चुअली नीड्स द स्पेस ऑफ हर ओन to do the things she likes to do. A Room of One's Own is an extended essay by her and it was published in September 1929. This is not originally an essay, it is a work based on 2 lectures that she delivered at Newnham College and Girton College in 1928, October 1928. Woolf tells us in this essay that a woman needs a room of her own with a lock on the door in order to have the freedom she wants to have, right. That is, she needs the freedom to confine herself in a room in order to have the mental and physical freedom as well as to create the art that she wants to create. Woolf argues that a woman need financial freedom as well as so that she can be able to control her own life, her own space, and she remains untouched by any kind of interruptions and she does not have to make many sacrifices in her life. ये सब कहने से वर्जीनिया वुल्फ का एक्चुअली मतलब ये था कि मोस्ट ऑफ द फीमेल स्पेसिफिकली इन हर टाइम आर नॉट फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट and they have to be dependent either on their father, their brothers or their husbands, or agar they face any kind of atrocity, any kind of problem, they cannot raise their voice because they know they are financially dependent on somebody. मोस्ट ऑफ़ द टाइम ऐसा होता है कि किसी भी तरीके का अगर घरों में भी डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस होता है बाय हस्बैंड टुवर्ड्स अ वाइफ, तो वाइफ जनरली रिमेन्स साइलेंट इफ़ शी इज़ नॉट फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट। तो शी सेज़ कि किसी भी फीमेल का फाइनेंशियली इंडिपेंडेंट होना सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है ताकि उसको लाइफ में अपना वो स्पेस मिल सके जिसको वो एन्जॉय करना चाहती है। To show the condition of female, she creates a fictional character, Shakespeare's sister. Although Shakespeare had no such sister, she creates a character, Shakespeare's sister, जिसको वो नाम देती है Judith Shakespeare. तो she also shows कि how a woman with equal talent of Shakespeare was not able to prove her talent, to show her talent to the world to achieve the same success because of the structure of society. Judith's life is filled up with tragedy, and she is first pressurized by her family into an early marriage. She is not allowed to write just like Shakespeare, and then she is spoiled by the trends of the society, and frustrated, she commits suicide by the end of the story. नेक्स्ट हम बात करेंगे द वेव्स की, विच वॉज पब्लिश्ड इन 1931. Waves is a 1931 novel by her, and it is considered by many scholars that it was her most experimental work, as it consisted soliloquies spoken by 6 characters of the novel. इन 6 characters के नाम बता रही हूँ मैं आपको: बर्नार्ड, सुजैन, रोडा, नेविल, जिनी and Lewis. The novel actually reflects the ideas and projects of modern artists who believe that art nowadays must reflect the complicated and distorted nature of the whole reality. Many scholars say that this is a difficult book for readers, particularly because the plot structure one expects to find in a novel is nearly absent. Plot structure हम क्या expect करते हैं? Beginning, middle, end. कोई problem होगी उसका solution होगा, we will feel happy at the end. But no such plot structure follows here. Following the prose poems are chapters in which the six characters, as I just told the name Bernard, Louis, Neville, Ginny, Suzanne, and Rhoda, speak in monologues, or you can say soliloquies, that reveal their inner thoughts and life experiences. The novel depicts these characters from their infancy to their maturity, with the introductory prose poems symbolically signaling the stages of the characters' lives. अब बात करते हैं बिटवीन द एक्ट्स की. बिटवीन द एक्ट्स बाय वर्जीनिया वुल्फ वॉज पब्लिश शॉर्टली आफ्टर हर डेथ इन 1941. तो इस फैक्ट को आप याद रखिए कि वर्जीनिया वुल्फ की डेथ के बाद कौन सा नॉवल पब्लिश हुआ था. एट द टाइम ऑफ हर डेथ वुल्फ हैड येट टू मेक सम अमेंडमेंट्स, मेक सम करेक्शंस इन द स्क्रिप्ट ऑफ द नॉवल, एंड अ नंबर ऑफ critics also consider it to be an unfinished novel. The story goes like this. It takes place in a country house somewhere in England just before the Second World War, and it is a day when some annual pageant is to be performed in the grounds of the house. The pageant is traditionally a celebration of English history and is attended by the entire local community. All the event of the novel takes place at a rural manor house called Points Hall. This is about 20 miles from London, and the central point of the festival is the ancestral manor Points Hall. It belongs to Oliver family, and in 1939, at the end of Second World War, the festival is as important to the village as ever, and the whole Oliver family is led by a widower, Bartholomew, a veteran of English wars that attempted to put down revolts in colonial India as well. Some other important characters are Bartholomew's sister Lucy, the widow of Mr. Swithin, and Bartholomew's son Giles. In next part of the video, we will do some important MCQs related to the same topic. So please keep watching this space for additional information.